So Donald Trump went on Fox News, talked to Laura Ingraham, and while everybody else is condemning the Capitol rioters, Trump thinks that they were actually lovely people. Lovely people trying to commit violence on his behalf. I'm telling you, I guarantee you in private and almost public, as you're about to see here, he's thinking, well, why wouldn't I support them? They want to do violence for me, not against me. I don't get it. But here's what he actually said last night to Laura Ingraham.
They go after people that I guess you'd call them lean toward the right, and they wave American flags. In many cases, they're waving the American flag, and they love our country. And those people, they're arresting them by the dozens. I think it's disgraceful. It looks for the world to watch. Absolutely, it's a political maneuver that they're doing. It was a zero threat. Right from the start, it was zero threat. Look, they went in. They shouldn't have done it. Some of them went in and they're hugging and kissing the police and the guards. You know, they had great relationships. A lot of the people were waved in, and then they walked in and they walked out. And I'll tell you what, they're doing things to those. They're persecuting a lot of those people.
Yeah, so we wanted to show you the people that are being persecuted, those lovely hugging, kissing people that Trump was just describing. Here's the actual video of them. That's actually two videos squished in there. First one was the cop screaming. The second one was the cop getting tased. Now, if you're black in America, you might be thinking, no, you got that wrong. The cops doing, no, they were tasing the cops. Didn't even get arrested at that point. But I want to go back to Trump because I mean, he's got this thing figured out, right? I mean, 40% of the country believes everything he's saying. So what did he say again?
Some of them went in and they're hugging and kissing the police and the guards. You know, they had great relationships.
Hugging and kissing, great relationships. Let me see that great relationship one more time. That's a 2x4 with a nail in it, hugging and kissing the cops. That was a cop he was swinging that at. Again, if you're black in America, you're thinking, well, that guy got killed a second later, right? Nope, not at all killed, not even arrested on the spot, okay? But that was apparently hugging and kissing the police. Let me get one more Trump clip here, because I thought he said zero threat. Did he say zero threat? Let me see.
It was a zero threat. Right from the start, it was zero threat.
Zero threat, huh? I thought maybe on that day I heard something else. So let's go to the videotape.
Where are you, Nancy? We're looking for you. Nancy. Oh, Nancy. Nancy. Where are you, Nancy?
I'm pretty sure people chanting "hang anyone" are a little above a zero on a threat level, let alone the people looking to do harm to Nancy Pelosi, as you saw in the beginning there. I mean, they literally chanted "hang Mike Pence," and Trump goes on Fox News and goes, "There was zero threat." Laura Ingraham doesn't challenge him at all on it. They swung at cops, they tased cops, they hit cops, they killed. Bear maced one of the cops, he died, right? Hugging and kissing the cops. It's just complete alternate reality on Fox News. By the way, one last quick video here, and you might wonder, here, let's just roll it. If you're wondering why didn't we just show you that random video of the guy walking, that's because that's a person planting a pipe bomb. They planted pipe bombs at the DNC and the RNC. I don't know if the bomb part was the hugging part or the kissing part or the zero threat part.
Yeah, this is par for the course for Donald Trump. He's never said a bad word about his supporters ever. Like he just would never do that, right? That like the Republican Party, just as a general rule, they're scared to death of their base, and so all they ever do is kowtow to them, right? Like when you see Black Lives Matter people getting beat up by the police and dragged around and getting ragdolled, you're gonna see prominent Democrats come out and say, well, we gotta respect the cops and we can't loot and we shouldn't do this and yada, 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 right? That's what you'll always see from the Dems. The Republican Party will never, ever, under any circumstances, condemn the people who support them. That's just number one rule of thumb. And Trump is, and with Trump, it's not just supporters. Like if you're somebody who's on TV or whatever, as long as you say something nice about Donald Trump, QAnon, et cetera, he's not gonna come out and condemn you. It doesn't matter if you storm the Capitol, if you do a failed botched insurrection, if you kill cops. Cops died that day, right? The cop killing and police safety only matters when Black and brown people are involved. But yeah, I'm completely unsurprised by this.
I mean, Adrienne, can you imagine if Black Lives Matter protesters killed cops, and then Biden came out and said, no, they were just hugging and kissing the police. They were zero threat.
Oh my goodness, that day would never come. It would never happen. I think people would actually acknowledge the fact that it is not true. And the thing with Donald Trump, it's like he's the king of revisionist history, of this alternate universe, as you said, of things that just didn't occur at all. Yet he is just completely and totally confident in saying what he says and what he wants it to be. And the only extent I could think that this whole no threat thing is somewhat truthful in his mind is the thought that, oh, well, they were predominantly white and thus there is no threat. And if that was the signal he was sending to his viewers, I'm sure they would have signed on and latched on to that propaganda and falsity there. But the reality is that it was absolute incredible threat, not only to our democracy, but to a number of lives, including lives of law enforcement and lawmakers.
Yeah, and by the way, Ron Johnson pretty much said it. Senator from Wisconsin, Republican, and he said, look, I didn't feel endangered at all. Even though they're going around saying that they're chanting about executions as they break into the building over the bodies of police officers, but they're white. And he says, and if that wasn't clear enough, he said, well, if they were Black Lives Matter, then I would have been scared. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yep. They took the hoods off and they're just saying it.
I mean, they've been saying the quiet part quite loudly pretty much since 2016. It's no, the gloves are off. It's no holds barred. They haven't seen any real consequences. I mean, outside of losing a large swath of white suburban educated voters, like those people have been like, I mean, I can't get behind this, but they haven't really seen any, real repercussions for this nastiness.
Yeah, in fact, Trump has only benefited from it. But last thing, because we're a news show and we're fair, Trump did at one point say that some of the cops were waving them in. Well, that's true. I don't think that that's a good thing for your side or for your case. But I want to point out at least 4 police US Capitol officers and 3 former officers are facing federal charges for their actions on that day. So yes, there were unfortunately some people who saw rioters who came in armed and were chanting about executions and thought, oh, you're at the right place, come on in. Oh, you're white and you're right wing, come on in. Imagine, okay, we mentioned black already. Imagine a Muslim crowd that size, thousands of Muslims talking about hanging the people inside the building. You think any cops wave them in? No, the white supremacy is real. And you saw it very clearly, not only on January 6th, but last night on Fox News, where Trump says, yeah, as long as you're white, you can kill police, and we'll call it hugging and kissing. And Laura Ingraham at Fox News goes, yes, sir, absolutely, sir. In our alternate reality, murdering cops if you're white is great. Just doing any chant saying, can you please not kill us, is outrageous if you're black. Okay. And there you have the double standard.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.